The news summary for this Monday, the 29th of September. Good evening. The Disaster and Risk Management Division has announced that as of tomorrow, an intensive operation is expected to start at Desarpons at Port-Glo to break down the remainder of the huge granite rock which came down on the 15th of September, that is 2 weeks ago.
Road in the area will be closed for the duration of the project. Some families living in the vicinity of the Boulder will be evacuated. Alternative arrangements will be made for students attending schools situated on the west coast and passengers who commute via public buses. Services at the Port-Glo Clinic will be also boosted to cater for patients who will not be able to attend the Boulder and Oswaldo health centers, and the Port-Glo Police Station will also be boosting its operations. The only members of the public who will be able to access the area are residents who live in the vicinity. The operation, which is expected to last 15 days, is being led by the Disaster Risk Management Division and its partners, which in this case include the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, the Police, the Public Transport Corporation, the Land Transport Agency, the Road Transport Commissioner, the Department of Local Government, and the contractor, amongst others.
5 international and 1 national election observation missions have commended the government and the people of Seychelles for a well-organized elections that were peaceful. The missions of SADC, the African Union COMESA, the Organization of La Francophonie, the Electoral Commission's Forum of SADC, and local group ARID today released their preliminary statements on the just-ended presidential and National Assembly elections. The head of SADC's Electoral Observation Mission, Justice Andrew Casey Nyirenda, says the elections were professionally organized.
The mission observed that the pre-election and voting phases of the 2025 presidential and National Assembly elections were professionally organized, conducted in an orderly, peaceful, and a free atmosphere. The mission commends the government and the people of Seychelles for demonstrating political maturity and maintaining calm during the electoral period. In the event of any electoral disputes, the mission appeals to all contestants to channel their concerns through established electoral processes.
The local observer mission, ARID, has described the general elections held on the 25th, 26th and 27th of September as free, transparent and credible, but said that it was too early to say if the elections were just. ARID's chairperson, Jules Waro, was speaking at the presentation of ARID's preliminary report. Mr. Waro added that in general, the elections were peaceful and orderly. One of ARID's main concerns that it noted was the quality and placement of voting booths that in some cases did not provide adequate privacy for voters when marking their ballot papers. The International Organization for La Francophonie, l'OIF, also had an observer mission to observe the presidential and parliamentary elections. In their preliminary report, together with other international observer missions, the OIF has highlighted that the election process took place in a calm climate which created a favorable condition for the results to be accepted. The head of the mission, André Parent, says this climate has shown the commitment of Seychellois citizens in favor of institutional freedom and consolidation of democracy. The African Union Electoral Observation Mission, AUIOM, led by Pakalita Betwel Misisili, the former Prime Minister of Lesotho, also issued its preliminary statement on the elections in Seychelles. In the statement, Mr. Mosisili said they witnessed at first hand the progressive nature of Seychelles democracy. Based on their observations, they proposed some initial recommendations.
1. Introduce legislated gender quotas or temporary special measures to guarantee a minimum threshold of women's representation and require political parties to support women and youth through fair primaries and leadership opportunities, and to consider more women through the proportional representation PR system. 2. Introduce future electoral amendments early to allow the ECS more time for public education and operationalization. 3. Strengthen the regulatory framework and monitoring mechanisms to guarantee equitable access and balanced coverage by all media to ensure that voters receive impartial information, thus contributing to informed choice and a level playing field for all contestants. And 4, set a time frame for adjudicating electoral disputes, especially on results, to reduce the possibility of a prolonged adjudication that could distract governance by the new administration.
The Anglican Bishop Danny Elizabeth has congratulated all leaders who participated in the elections which were held on the 25th, 26th and 27th of September. He said in a message that their perseverance during the electoral process has served as a testament to their commitment to democratic service. Bishop Elizabeth says that during the election process, they have observed how Seychellois society has emphasized the moral and integral obligations that candidates possess. Seychelles has seen this through the diversification of the National Assembly that the population continuously encourages and maintains the involvement of women to build a stronger nation. Bishop Elizabeth continues his message by saying that the Seychellois people have shown their social and political maturity, and the voters have exercised their will and responsibility in a brave manner, and the leaders have accepted the results with respect and dignity. Have a very pleasant evening.